Hey, it's Thursday, April the 9th, 2026. My name is Tom, and this is your Ready Core Daily Brief. On today's show, at some point, something almost works. And that's where real progress starts. We'll get to that in just a minute. First, let's get you up to date with the latest from the RISAT team and the Daily Sit Rep.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for April the 9th, 2026. Up first today, several major camping events are scheduled for this weekend. East Central Alabama will hold its annual campout in Lafayette from April 10th through the 12th, offering unlimited camping and RV hookups on a first-come, first-served basis. At the same time, Virginia members plan to gather at Smith Mountain Lake State Park for their state campout, where tent camping, RV sites, and cabins will be available. Over in Florida, the first annual state camping and fellowship event will take place at Mike Rose Gold Head Branch State Park in Keystone Heights, starting Friday afternoon with check-ins at 3 p.m. Turning to the weather, today features mild spring temperatures with partly cloudy skies across much of the country. There are no severe weather warnings at this time, though scattered showers are expected in parts of the Midwest this afternoon. Outdoor plans should take this into consideration. In other news, the Morgan County Preparedness Project in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, is offering a free composting workshop on April 15th from 6 to 8 p.m. The session will cover the basics of composting and various methods, with registration available online at preparemorgancounty.com. Looking ahead, the Illinois State Camping event is scheduled for April 17th to 19th at Mississippi Palisades State Park in Savannah, Illinois. This event combines camping with practical training sessions including GMRS communication, NVIS antenna essentials, first aid, and hiking skills. Finally, the Florida Homestead and Prepping Summit is set for April 25th and 26th at the St. Johns County Fairgrounds. The event begins Friday night with a shared meal, followed by camping with hookups and a movie night on Saturday. The summit aims to raise preparedness awareness and foster community fellowship. That concludes today's briefing. Members can access the American Contingency Members-Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
Jake held his phone up again, a few steps further down the street this time. Maybe one bar flickered and then dropped. He sent the message anyway. This time it looked different. Not confirmed, just failed, just pending. That's new, he muttered. Over the past couple of days, Jake has moved from frustration to action and from action to adjustment. He's no longer just trying, he's thinking through the problem, changing methods, changing locations, spacing out attempts. And now, for the first time, he's seeing something different. Not success, not yet, but a sign that he's getting closer. That message sitting in pending might not seem like much, but it tells him that something important, at some point, in some condition, this system might work. That's progress. This is where most people miss the opportunity. They either give up too early or they mistake partial progress for complete solution. Jake does neither. He just pays attention. He notices where he was standing, what method he used, what time it was. He doesn't assume it worked. He treats it like a clue. So he adjusts again. He stays in that spot a little longer, sends a shorter message, tries again after a few minutes instead of immediately. Each attempt is slightly different, slightly more intentional, and this is the shift from trying to understanding. Communication in a disruption isn't about forcing a system to work. It's about learning how it behaves under stress and then adapting to it. Most families don't do this because they've never needed to. When things work, there's no reason to pay attention to how or why, but when things don't work, that awareness becomes your advantage. Jake still hasn't confirmed contact. He doesn't know if the message made it through or not, but he's no longer guessing blindly. He's narrowing in. And that's what adjustment looks like in the real world. Not a perfect solution, but a growing understanding that gets you closer with every attempt. Because if you can recognize what's starting to work, then you can build on that. And that's how you eventually reach out when it counts. So today I want you to repeat your communications attempt. This time, pay close attention to what changes. Try a different location, different timing, or message length. Look for signs that something is starting to work or that it's just different. All right. When we chat next time, we'll talk about what to do when a message finally gets through and how to make sure it wasn't just luck. Thanks for listening to the ReadyCore Daily Brief. If you're already a member, thank you. We appreciate it. Make sure to check out today's resources on the members-only platform. And if you're not a member yet, it's easy. Just head over to readycore.net to join the network and start building your resilience today. I'm Tom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again next time.